What's up, everyone? This is FP6 bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Great League. At the Legend rank of around like 3,200 rating, with kind of an interesting team. I know I've brought you some previous teams where I've utilized PELIPPER as the safe swap, and I think it functions very, very well as a safe swap. But I also considered how PELIPPER would function in the lead. I definitely make a lot of mistakes in this video, but honestly, typically my daily Go Battle League routine is if I'm lucky enough to be able to get through all 5 sets, I typically do like 4 sets where I'm trying out new teams to try to provide YouTube content. I typically do decent. Most of the time I go negative there, and then on the final set of the day I use a team that I'm more comfortable with and help my rating go back up. But this team of PELIPPER, Abomasnow, and Galarian Stunfisk, the thought process behind it is that PELIPPER obviously struggles against electric types. Galvantula especially is kind of one of the most popular electric types in the meta still. PELIPPER also struggles a little bit against flyers, especially Skarmory, Altaria. That matchup is a little bit sketchy, so both Abomasnow and Galarian Stunfisk really cover PELIPPER's weakness really nicely. And that's pretty much the thought process behind the team. So let's kind of get into some of these battles here and talk about a lot of misplays that I made. So this is obviously a very favorable lead, but Abomasnow also beats this. So my opponent is choosing to stay in, and then they swap Skarmory. Oh yeah, that's the battle where I guess my opponent was not thrilled about the fact that I had the hard counters. I totally forgot about that. Okay, let's move on from that. So against Sableye, PELIPPER can win this in the 0 and the 2 shield, I believe, going straight Weather Ball. You do outpace the Sableye. Sableye gets to foul play every 6 Shadow Claws, except on the 3rd it's 5, and PELIPPER cleanly gets to Weather Ball every 5 wing attacks. But in the 1 shield, Sableye is able to win this, and at this point in time, I'm not sure if I knew that, but I'm just going to take this, I'm going to double shield. I don't think I could have farmed down there, especially since the Sableye keeps getting in extra Shadow Claws. They have their own PELIPPER in the back, and this is very bad for me. I was trying to build up to a Hurricane to force them to throw energy, which they do, which is good for me, but I'm out of shields. Out comes Vigoroth, and I am so screwed. Obviously, this team is double weak to fighters in the back, counter users in the back. So this is a prime example of me misplaying an ABB team like this. And if you've ever found yourself like winning the lead really hard but ending up losing the game, it's most likely if you're running an ABB team like this and you don't successfully bait out that counter in the back. So that was my big mistake here. I actually needed to kind of aggressively switch Abomasnow at some point in time instead of allowing my PELIPPER to be farmed down. But unfortunately the PELIPPER was going to get to a Hurricane anyway, so I was in a pretty bad spot there. But now their PELIPPER can just go straight for the Weather Ball, and that'll easily be able to take me out. Really nice play by my opponent. Terrible opening play by me for sure. Some of my favorite YouTube comments that I see are people claiming that I only feature battles where I win, or that somehow Niantic is sponsoring me to only give me good leads, or that I'm extremely lucky that I am able to hit Legend and end up on the leaderboard. These comments are always pretty funny, because obviously none of that is true, and I make mistakes just like everyone else. That's just kind of part of Go Battle League. Sometimes you do win pretty hard based on team comp, sometimes you lose pretty hard based on team comp, but at the end of the day, if you can try to minimize your mistakes and make good plays, you'll see consistent performance. That's just kind of the way that it works. And especially in my next video that's going to be coming up, I'm going to show you I just get absolutely wrecked like 2 sets in a row, and we'll kind of break down what's going on there. But Abomasnow into Umbreon, this is just such an awkward matchup, and Umbreon as a safe swap is so challenging to deal with if you don't have an Azu or a fighter in the back. This is most likely the freaking Hypno Double Dark team, which I have a terrible win percentage against. It's so strong. I'm expecting a Scrafty in the back, and if it is, it's most likely going to come out right now and start ramping up damage. There it is. This is very bad for me, because even if I get 3 weather balls off here, which I should barely be able to do, it's not going to be able to take out this Scrafty. I can potentially put it into Earthquake range, which is kind of my goal here. I know that Hypno still has a little bit of residual energy, but this is not great. They go for the foul play. Really nice play on their part. I'm really hoping Earthquake is enough here. Gonna get hit by another move, most likely a foul play. Ouch. And I can't really overfarm against the Scrafty because the counters are doing so much, but I need enough energy to take out the Hypno. And then really smart play by my opponent, swapping out there to avoid being farmed down. I don't have enough energy or health to take out this Hypno. Having to go into a 2 shield deficit in the opening was really, really tough there. Pelipper and a Venusaur, I botched this lead pretty challenging. Oh, this was super wild. We actually simultaneously swap. And I'm kind of going for a misplay here. I think the play with the Bombasnow against the G-Fisk is just go straight Weather Ball, but obviously since I was able to land that Energy Ball, this allows me to essentially just go straight Weather Ball, but I am behind in energy. So that's another misplay on my part for sure. I overfarm a little bit, force the CMP, and see what my opponent wants to do here. I know that they still have the Venusaur, which is going to cause some problems for both my Pelipper and my G-Fisk. And now that I'm looking back at this footage, I actually don't even know why I swapped in a Bombasnow immediately there, because that's technically my hard counter to Venusaur. I really should have stayed in with Pelipper. I'm up a shield now. I know I'm going to have to eat 1 Rock Slide, but I do want some extra energy, so if that Venusaur comes back in, I'm able to threaten it. Out comes the Venusaur. I wanted to be able to mud shot down the opposing G-Fisk, but my opponent did not let that happen. Nice play by them. Earthquake is actually not going to be enough to take out this Venusaur, but I'm hoping that I can mud shot it down. I still have no idea what's in the back, so this is kind of rough. Oh my gosh, I'm able to mud shot it down. That's good for me. Do they bring out the G-Fisk? It's a Bastiodon. I'm just going to instantly Earthquake this thing. And it doesn't take it out. But I'm farming. I'm just going to throw the Rock Slide right here, because I don't want to get hit by a Flamethrower from the Bastiodon. Takes it out, and it's their own G-Fisk in the back. And I'll be able to take this out with my Pelipper. Able to still win this game, even though I played that kind of wild. And it makes sense why my opponent simultaneously swapped as well, because their whole point was trying to bait out a G-Fisk, right? They were running Venusaur Double Steel. So that makes sense. Shadow Machamp, this is favorable for me. My opponent switches into Pelipper. I don't have a direct response to a Pelipper safe swap here, so I'm staying in like really bad play here, and the Hurricane gets shielded really bad for me. Gonna let that Weather Ball go through, and now I'm gonna swap in a Bombasnow, but guess what? My Pelipper is so low that now Machamp's Cross Chops even threaten it. So one of the biggest mistakes that I feel that everyone makes, especially myself included, when I'm running new teams like this, are very, very slow swaps. And it just so happens that a lot of these new teams that I'm trying, opponents will switch in certain Pokemon that I don't have a direct response to, and so it takes me a little bit of time to think about what I'm going to bring out onto that Pokemon. This Machamp has a lot of stored energy, but shields are down. This is brutal. I have to shield this up, but Cross Chop is going to take me out, and then my G-Fisk is going to get melted, because even if I would have shielded that, it wouldn't have mattered, because they had 2. And so, this is very bad. Trying to get this Rock Slide off, and oh boy, they had another Cross Chop. Really nice play by my opponent. Terrible play on my part. The big mistake there obviously was not handling the Pelipper safe swap very well. I could have even just thrown Weather Ball and then swapped into a Bombasnow, or just went into a Bombasnow immediately there, but that was tough. Alright, Venusaur lead again. So I'm staying in. Obviously, if I land Hurricane, it's going to one-shot. But at this point in time, they're so low in health that my opponent is for sure expecting the bait. And so here I go, throwing out some bait. Terrible. It doesn't even KO. And they get to another Frenzy Plant. That's so bad. That is so, so bad. And then they swap in Mew. This is just all sorts of bad. Because I don't know if they're running Flame Charge and Wild Charge. They for sure have Wild Charge. I'm just going to rip off as many Weather Balls as I can here. I know the Venusaur is out of energy. I'm going to switch in my G-Fisk now because they're almost in Rock Slide plus Mud Shot farm down range. Oh man, I'm barely going to survive this Surf. But then the Venusaur is going to be able to come out and farm me, and I'm out of shields, and so the Sludge Bomb really threatens... Oh, they let it go. Yeah, they're going to farm... Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Yeah, this is so bad. So, yeah, I'm going to throw this Weather Ball. If they land Shadow Bone, I'm so done here. So I swap into my Abomasnow to try to catch a move. Huge fail. Huge fail. Does not work at all. I'm going to go for the Energy Ball here, but there's just no hope here. I need 2 moves to KO. My opponent, so smart. They actually do throw energy here. They're running Shadow Ball, but look, they farmed up the perfect amount that they had back-to-back Shadow Balls. So very nice play on their part. Terrible opening play by me with my Pelipper against that Venusaur. Ay, ay, ay. Pelipper and a Dugong, this is not great. But guess what? I don't really have a better response to this. So I'm just going to stay in, eat an Icy Wind. And now I'm going to swap to Abomasnow. Oh my gosh, dude. So bad. But I'm able to bait out the Medicham so my G-Fisk doesn't have to see it. So I'm really hoping that there's not another counter user in the back. Otherwise, I am just going to get absolutely mauled. Gonna throw this Icy Wind here. Or Weather Ball. Gonna throw the Weather Ball. Not able to get to another one. That's very unfortunate. My overall thoughts on this team are that it's decent. I obviously made a bunch of misplays, so I'm not able to showcase it super well here. The concept is pretty sound. You have 2 Pokemon that support Pelipper's worst matchups, but I'm finding that sometimes it just doesn't pack enough punch in the back end. But so we'll see if they're running Surf or Flame Charge here. They are running Flame Charge, so there's no point in shielding the first one. I'll have to shield the next one, but I'm pretty committed to just going straight Earthquake here because Mews almost never shield the first one. Now I can safely go for Rock Slides. That's kind of how I like to play out the G-Fisk Mew matchup. They threw a Wild Charge there, which was kind of interesting because it's slightly less energy. Out comes Dugong. There's just no way. There's just no way. I have to somehow burn the shield and then get to a Hurricane. But I'm going to get Ice Sharded down. No, 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 no. Very nice play by my opponent. Rough. Rough for me, for sure. This battle, which I think is the final battle of the video, is actually against one of my local Colorado folks here, the C2U. So this is actually a decent matchup for Pelipper. And the 2 shield, I'm pretty sure you can go straight Weather Ball and win. Obviously, correctly shielding up the Thunderbolt is huge here. Let's that one go through. I'm farming up a little bit more. Going to throw another Weather Ball here. I have back-to-back Weather Balls once again. I get a shield. That was not CMP. He sneaks a counter through. Going to throw another Weather Ball. Double shields. So I'm going to double shield as well and hope that this is successfully a Thunderbolt. Yeah. And just going to take it out and see what he has in the back here. It's a Charm Alola Ninetales. This is really not good for me, but I don't want to switch out because I want to guarantee that my G-Fisk gets aligned with this thing. But he actually switches into Mandibuzz here. Totally fine by me. This guarantees that my Abomasnow gets aligned with the Mandibuzz. It is running Air Slash, so it's hitting me for super effective, but this will be a pretty clean-cut win just based on my alignment in the back. Let me know what you think of this team, and once again, one thing that I always try to do with this channel is keep it open and honest content. I show my wins, I show my losses. This is raw footage. This is how the battles typically go. Sometimes I don't perform very well, but thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.